warm welcome, Mr. Ramesh. Thank you for joining us on this channel today. And I have so much to introduce you as. So, to start off with, you've been in the defense before, whatever you're doing now, right? To all our audience out here, could you just give us snippets of what you've been doing all these days and what you're into right now?
So I'm Colonel Sri Ramesh. I'm a veteran now. So I did 23 years of service in the army. I was part of the electronic and mechanical engineering corps. So after distinguished service, I took a premature retirement because I wanted to pursue some other challenges in life. So I joined the corporate as a CEO for 2 defense verticals. I wanted more challenge, so I started my own company.
Okay.
So this company actually makes autonomous platforms for defense. That's our core product. Along with this thing, I have also wanted to pursue my passion. So in my free time, I manage my time in such a way that I can play my golf. And also I pursue theatre, which is again very close to my heart.
Okay.
So in a short and a sweet thing, this is what I am.
I'm sure there's so much more to each of it. But before we dive into each of that space, why did you choose to actually move out of defense?
It was not that I wanted to move out of defense. The decision was actually 3-4 reasons to that. The first reason was that my son and daughter both were playing international fencing, and the coach was in Bangalore.
Oh.
And I wanted stability of life so that they can pursue their passion and they can do something. So that was one reason why I left army. The second was I wanted to come out of my comfort zone. So being there 23 years, I had come to one comfort zone where I couldn't feel more challenge there. So that was also one of the reasons. And the third thing was, of course, the stability of life which I was looking for. Because every 2 years I was moving from place A to place B, and I really wanted to settle down in one place.
Okay.
And my parents were also getting old, so I wanted to look after them. So all these things, culminated into this decision of me leaving the army. But even after leaving the army, I have not left it in the sense that whatever I am doing presently also is for them only.
Okay. So, truly an army man.
Yeah, that cord will never leave.
Lovely.
That cord will always be there.
Okay. How did you actually choose to get into the army? I'll go a step behind. Was it always your interest area, or did that just happen?
So we are 3 brothers, and I'm the eldest. My father was a havaldar in army.
So it comes in the blood.
So basically he told me, and he told all of us that he said, I want one of you to go into army, air force or navy, but only in the officer grade.
Okay.
So with that as a thing, when I got this opportunity, I did that, and that is the first time I saw tears in his eyes. When I came back after clearing my interview, I came back, that is the first time I saw his tear in his eyes. The second time I saw tear in his eyes was when he was peeping me with my stars.
Lovely. Okay. Okay. So how challenging was defense for you? Or was that, I mean, you mentioned that you love challenges, which is why you moved things, right? How was it in the defense? 23 years, comfort zone, we get all of that, but I'm sure it's not been an easy road, right? Could you tell us some of your dangerous encounters, and have you had instances where it's been life-threatening? Every day is for an army person, but how's it been for you?
So first of all, I did my training in OTA Chennai only. So the training period was almost for 10 months. The 10 months itself was very tough. So the training is so tough. Why the training is made tough is so that they make you mentally tough, so that any kind of a situation in life you can handle. Because war is something which is unpredictable, with lots and lots of variables to it. So until unless you are mentally strong and you see an opportunity in adversary, you cannot handle war. So the training was pretty tough. Maybe the first week I thought I will not pass, I will not go through. But then the resilience kicked in, and the training, I took the training as it came. And 10 months I completed the training. Then I went to, the first posting was in Jammu and Kashmir. So the first time we went, we were in ambush. So that is the first time I saw a live firing, actually a bullet whizzing past us. So I mean, God grace, nothing happened to me or to my team. We were next to a Pakistani post on the line of control, because there is no fencing or something like that. It's just an open space. So there also I had my own set of challenges. I remember one of the bullet. I came for after lunch. I came to my room to rest. I kept my shirt, and I just came this side, and there's a bullet which ricocheted, and it actually pierced through my shirt.
Oh.
So it was just I think 10 seconds gap before me leaving that place. So army life is always fraught with challenges and its own risk. But then once you are committed to that life, and once you have committed to be part of the army, the ethos kicks in and you go for that particular thing. So I feel that was the best decision I have taken in my life was to join the army.
Lovely to
And
hear.
the other thing was, whatever I am today, it is all because of the learning which I learned in the army. Whether it is business, whether it is creative arts, anything which I am doing today, the whole base for this whole thing was done in the army. So I really, like that that phase of my life. So if I say I owe my life to army.
Thank you for your service. That's been 2 decades, more than 2 decades, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you.
With that learning that you've had over 23 years, right? What has been your biggest learning?
Resilience.
Okay.
See, life is always about ups and downs. Things are never the way you want it. So there can be things which will go wrong. There will be things will go right. Things will go as expected. Sometimes it will not go as expected. But resilience is something which you has to build it. I feel today the generation which I see, resilience is something which is missing. Resilience is something which will take you long.
Lovely. So that brings you to exploring many other facets of life. How did corporate happen from there?
Okay. So I was in a phase when I wanted to settle down, basically for my family, my kids. At the same time, I was looking for a challenge outside also, something new which I have not seen. During my army career, I was part of a DRDO, I was part of Ordnance Factory, I was part of BEML, a PSU. So I was working in a tank called as MBT Arjun, which is a indigenous tank. So I spent almost like 16 years of my life making that, designing or part of that process of the tank making. So with those experiences, that technicalities, I wanted to come to the corporate. And the first thing which I got was a company called Aptech, which is CK Birla Group. So there they wanted a head for defense, and I found challenging because that was a ground up thing. They never had a defense vertical. So I had to start that. So that was pretty challenging to me, and the good thing about it was that I could learn the various facets of corporate life, or the corporate responsibilities, or how the corporate works, and all those things in those 6 months. So that was something good for me. And after that, I got another opportunity with Precall Limited in Coimbatore for heading their defense, railways, and aftermarket vertical. So that was again a challenge much more than what I existingly had. So I did that. So that was how the corporate life was. But the corporate life basically was to understand, because I am in the army, the way the army works is different.
Yes.
The corporate work so it was more of a learning lesson to me, and that is why I joined the corporate.
How did you actually adapt? Because you're very, very different worlds.
So adaptability comes, again, I said that any term you are going to ask now or in the future questions, everything goes back to the army. Adaptability is something which is inbuilt in the army, because if you can't adapt, you cannot survive. If you can't survive, you can't win. So with this as a background, adaptability naturally comes, to
Right.
the
Okay.
army personnel. So if you ask me to eat in a dhaba, I can eat in a dhaba. But the next day, if I have to sit in a 5-star hotel and do fine dining, I will do fine dining also. So this adaptability is something which army teaches you from day one. So for me, adapting was not a difficult thing in the corporate world. The learning were different. So the learning curve was different. But only thing is, because of the experience which I had, my learning curve was much smaller or shorter as compared to others.
Okay. How accommodative has corporate been to people who have come from the army? What's your take on that?
I feel the corporate is always been accommodative. Um, they understand that you are coming from a space which is not corporate in a conducive. But however, they give you this time because they know that army personnel uptake or understanding or coming to the business much faster than anybody else would be.
Okay.
So, and the second thing is that whenever we go to corporate, we go into a specialized subject called defense, which again is our own forte.
It's your own,
So,
yeah.
understanding our own forte is understanding our own forte along with whatever is happening in the corporate, combining these both. I don't think it's that difficult.
Okay.
So by 6 months I could understand each and every other facet of the corporate.
Okay. It wasn't really that difficult.
I won't say it's a difficult. It was an interesting learning, but I could do it in 6 months. I would say it that way.
Okay. How did theatre happen?
Theatre is a very interesting, interesting.
In fact, I think before theatre, I would pick acting. Did you start acting first and then move into theatre? Or
So when I was very young, probably when I was in the 5th standard or something like that. So there is a place, native place of mine called Lalgudi. So I was staying there for almost 1 year in Lalgudi, and that time there was a play. So it was about a master and a servant who is a fool. So it was a kind of a hilarious this thing which was done there. So I was I was playing the part of that servant. So I was supposed to stand on a chair. The chair had it sunk down. I fell down on the stage. That became more hilarious. People are laughing at that. And at the end of the day, one person came and gave me 2 rupees. He said that your acting was really good.
okay.
And after that, the whole thing became dormant, probably because after that I was concentrating more on studies. I was, into the when I in the army, because in the army you're totally into your job profession. So probably it was dormant. So last year I was just going through my show because I wanted to watch a movie. There was no good movies.
Okay.
So the next column was plays. So I thought probably what is this play? Let me see how many plays would be there. I thought probably 4 or 5 plays would be there. When I clicked it, I realized there are 100 plays. So I realized there is a thriving theatre which is happening in Bangalore.
Okay.
Then I started looking for which is the nearest theatre near to me. That was Theatre Nama Studios, which is just 1 kilometer from my house. I pinged them. They said, "Sir, please come for a workshop." I just went there. The first day itself, I could feel the connect. And after that, I have not looked back.
Lovely. I mean, okay. So, theatre is a very creative space. Have you been a creative person always?
Yeah, I've been very creative. I've told my mom and dad a lot of lies. And not only that, the whole world is a theatre, right? We're all part as actors. So, like even in corporate or even let us say in army also, creativity is required.
Okay.
Creativity is always required in life. Even when you are talking to your wife, you are talking to your children, there also creativity comes into fore. So probably those things helped us. But at the end of the day, creativity is all throughout life. Only it's a way how we look at it. And probably creativity has been always, because I was always a jolly good fellow. Even at an adverse situation, I used to crack jokes. And the aim was to be positive and happy. So with that as a context, probably I feel creativity was always there, probably in a very dormant side. And when it came to theatre, it just came out.
How much do you enjoy theatre?
Okay, so this is what I have been told by my directors. So during practice you are different, because during practice I forget my dialogues, I fumble, I do something else which is not supposed to be done. But the moment I go to the stage, I become a different animal altogether. So that is what they say, sir, you are a dependable actor for us, because we know that whatever you do in practice, but when you go to the stage, you will deliver the whole thing. It has not happened till now that I fumbled in the stage, or I forgot my dialogues, or anything else. So I am very comfortable with the stage. I enjoy myself, and probably I am confident also about this thing, that I can do the thing, and probably army has helped me.
I was getting to that.
Army has helped me here also, because when I am talking to almost 800 people, 900 people who are under me, so here the audience is also like that. So confidence has never been a problem to me. So the issue is that you have to do the dialogue, you have to show the emotions and things rightly, which we have done the practice for 2-3 months. So with that practice, the theatre discipline and practice, the confidence naturally happens, I suppose.
Okay. What part of army has been your strength in theatre?
Improvisation.
Okay. Can you elaborate on that?
So like what happens is, in the army, when you are in exercise, let us say you are in deserts and suddenly something goes wrong. So things has to come from rear, it will take its own sweet time.
Correct.
So you have to improvise there. How do you do that? Because the army always teaches you one thing, how you can do a work. I mean, it's the worst of the situation, but still you try to find out as to how you can do that work. How can you see that opportunity within that thing? How can you do the work? Similar is the case in theatre also. So there have been instances when my co-actor have forgotten the dialogues. So I improvise there.
Okay. That must be truly a skill.
That is one thing which is taught as part of the theatre workshop also, it is taught. But then when things happen, because you can't anticipate these things, so it's all split second things which you have to do. So yes, so improvisation is something which I, in both the sides, army and this thing, probably helped me a lot.
It's helped you. Okay. Apart from being resilient and being adaptable, what traits that you have experienced in army is helping you go in whatever you have stepped into?
One thing I realized was that as you grow in age and in stature, you need to be more humble. So that is something which I learned there, because even a general who has accomplished so much, I will be so humble. So that is something which I always like. Another example could be APJ Abdul Kalam. He has done so much, he has accomplished so much. Can you see a humbler person than him? So these are certain things which I realized that as you age, as you acquire more, whether it is health, wealth, knowledge, anything, you need to be humble. Okay. Humility will take you long.
Exploring so many facets, right? How have you been able to handle your emotional state?
More than the emotional status, I think I do my time management better.
We'll get to that.
So my time management actually helps me in keeping my emotions in check.
So have you had being able to explore so many things itself comes with a lot of support, right? How is your family how are they taking these things? Are they okay with you exploring so many different areas? We still haven't gotten to many things that you have accomplished. Truly the humble person that you are, right? You haven't really mentioned about many other things that you have stepped into. So we'll get to that. But before that, has it been okay for your family to actually explore your passion, what you want to do, how you're supporting them, how they support you? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so my family is a super cool family,
Amazing.
and we all understand each other well, and we are always positive and full of josh. And it all comes from my parents. So my my father and mother both have made us independent.
Mm-hmm.
It has been never been a case where I had to look for them. My father always used to keep saying, and he made us independent. So what happens is when you are independent, then you start making your own decisions, right or wrong. You learn from them. You start managing time because you want to do whatever you want to do. So it is all up to you. So nobody is guiding you, telling you. So probably I learned it in a very hard way, but yes, because of my parents. And second thing is my family. So my wife is a super cool lady, and we both are the person who are we want to explore more in life. So what I as a family, what we do is that we try to do as much as possible. I always balance between my work and my family. Within my family also I have balance between wife and kids. And within kids also I have balance between both the kids. So how it comes is, first is prioritization. The second thing is time management. Because once you prioritize things as to what is more important, so you can balance that particular thing first. Second is time management. If you can manage your time well, you have more to do. So I feel that these two things, if anybody practice, it is going to give an immense result.
Amazing. That's a great learning. I think for everybody who's listening also, right? Uh, okay, so we've touched upon your defense experience. We've spoken about your corporate experience, theatre a little bit. You're a sports enthusiast too, is what I understand. So can you tell us about what you do there?
So I have been always a sportsman from my young days because my father was working in ordnance factory. So these grounds were they're all empty, and few players used to play there, and they wanted somebody to play with them. So they used to call us, and that is how I learned. And I have a knack of picking up games. I think except for ice hockey, I can play any game. And when I joined the army, games are part and parcel of army. Evening 4 to 6 is games time with troops. You are supposed to play with them. Whether it is football, whether it is hockey, volleyball, basketball, any game you are supposed to play with them. So since I already was a sportsman, playing with them was not a big deal for me. And I excel in racket sports also, like tennis, badminton, table tennis. So those things also I play. And that is the time I used to play cricket in college. And I was selected for I was part of the army green team, and I was selected for services. But that time my dean told me whether you want to finish your BTech or you want to play cricket, decide. So I had to decide for my career because I knew BTech and this thing will have a long way. So I didn't play services. But then I started learning 10-meter air pistol because the range was there available. So I started doing that. I became part of the Rifle Association of India. Then in Ahmedabad nationals I played, and I came 20th, I suppose.
Nice. So you're part of the fencing team of Karnataka, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
So you're the coach.
I was the mental coach for them.
You were the
mental coach.
Mental coach. What is it actually?
So my son and daughter both are fencing players, and they do international fencing. So they were representing Karnataka state, and I used to go along with my son and daughter for the practice in Kantirva Stadium here. So when I was going there, then I realized one thing, that whenever the tournament happens, the players get very, whatever they were doing here, they are not able to achieve it there. So
Okay.
one of the reasons was mentally they were not strong. Though technically they were very strong, but mentally they were not strong because the moment they see the crowd, they see the opponent, see the challenge in front of them, they probably buckle down mentally. So that is the time because since I was in the army and mental conditioning was something part of our this thing, so I volunteered that I will become mental coach for the Karnataka fencing team.
Mm.
And I used to, kind of do exercises along with them. And I used to do mentoring them as to how they can become mentally strong and such things. And that did had an effect in the sense that in 2 seasons we could get national gold, silver and bronzes in the fencing. So that was something of my way of giving it back.
Okay, lovely. Do you still mentor them?
No, as of now, since my kids are no more in fencing, now they
Okay.
have their own career now.
Okay.
So that is a full stop now. But whenever I see a young kid, a young mind, I do give them, you know, I do them mentor them in the sense that I tell them what is good for them, what is bad for them. So I always feel that at this age and with this kind of experience, I need to influence minds in a good in a good way. And if out of this whole thing, even if suppose even one person can change and achieve, I think my day has been made. That is how I
Amazing.
look at things.
Amazing. Okay, lovely. How about music? I'm just touching upon all your, feathers that you have because there's so much you can talk about it. So, what's it like with music?
So I had a own mental block. So when I was young, I always wanted to sing and all this thing, and people used to say, "Yeah, your voice is very bad. You can't sing." Do you see? I mean, I used to be compared. So I did feel bad. Okay, probably my voice is not good. I can't sing and things like that. But Corona changed everything. I had a lot of time to ponder himself. And then I realized, why can't I do this? And I started singing during Corona time. So it's like a therapy to me. It's a very good stress buster to me. So I love to sing Hindi and Tamil songs. My genre is more melodious in nature. So I love melodious songs.
Can you please sing 2 lines of your favorite song?
வெள்ளை புறா ஒன்று ஏங்குது கையில் வராமலே வெள்ளை புறா ஒன்று ஏங்குது கையில் வராமலே நமது கதை புது கவிதை இலக்கணங்கள் இதற்கு இல்லை நான் உந்தன் பூமாலை. Oh.
Lovely.
This is my favorite song.
Very nice, very nice. Have you ever felt stuck in your career?
Yeah, many times.
And how did you handle?
So,
What did you do?
See, I was told only by one of my seniors only, if you don't like it, just leave it. If you can't leave it, start liking it.
Wow. Okay.
So that was how it was.
So did you choose to leave or did you start to like?
So what I started to do was that I started to look opportunities within that thing.
Okay.
So I'll just tell you, like I was in a during there was a phase in my life. It's called Parakram. When the whole army was sent to the borders. For 1 year we were in the borders alone, without families and all those things. Leave was not given.
Okay.
My daughter was born at that particular time. I just got the news. I couldn't go and see her also. So at that time I was really like I was emotionally was very weak. I can't go and see my daughter also. So one of my commanders gave me that I give you 5 days. I was in Batinda. He says, I will give you 5 days. I said, sir, from Batinda, if I had to catch a train in the year 2000 to go to Trichy, itself is 2 days. So what time do I have? So I got only 1 day. He said, whether you want to take it or not. So I still remember, I came to Chennai. My wife traveled from Trichy to Chennai with my kid. With a small kid, she traveled so that she can travel back from Chennai to Trichy, so that we can spend that
Time.
5 hours more. So went there. Next day was the naming ceremony, and next day again she caught a train to along with me to Chennai, so that we spent that another 4-5 hours. She went back, and then I went back. So these were certain times when I really felt, well, oh, I mean, really should I be in army? I mean, as a civilian, I would have been much better. But at the hindsight, I realized that these are all part of occupational hazard. But then today, what my kids are, that is again because of the army, the learnings which is from the army, the confidence they got from the army, the opportunity they got from the army. Today, whatever my wife is, also again the teaching learnings from the army. So, at every place you won't get everything positive. There may be some negatives, but see the negatives also as good opportunities and move on. So that is how I used to look at, and even my wife also echo the same sentiment. She also look after the same this thing. So I feel there will be times in life which will come where you will always feel, I mean, am I doing this? Should I be here? Should not be here? If you have a chance to leave that and do something else, just do it. If you can't, because it can be 100 compulsions, because you need to feed a family, you need to do the job, but even if you don't like it, do something to like it. Look something in that thing which will make you happy, start doing it more, so that you feel more happy in that particular thing. If you see a job place which is totally dull, nobody is interested doing anything, you see how you can transform that whole place. Take that as a challenge, start doing things. Can you do it better? Can you make a difference? Even in a small way, even 0.1% also should make yourself happy. So I feel there will be times where things will be difficult, but even in difficult situation, try to see how you can, how you can make a difference there. See positivity in everything.
There must have been some instance in your life that's given this mind shift for you, right? It doesn't come as soon as you're born.
Yeah.
What is it that's made you think like this?
So like as a youngster, when I was in college, I was like pretty skeptical. What is going to happen to me? There was uncertainty in life. What is going to happen? What I'm going to do in life? Whether I will, will I be successful in life? There are so many questions which comes to your mind. So everybody goes through this particular phase. It is not that only me. Everybody goes through. At that particular time when you are finishing college, you don't know what you are going to do. What is going to happen to you? What are you going to become? So when I started, when I got this army thing, that immediately gave a boost to me. Okay, I have a career now. Even when I was young, people used to ask, Ramesh, what are you going to do in life? So I used to tell them, I don't know what I am going to do in life, but whatever I am going to do, I will do the best. This is exactly the answer I used to give at that time. So when I went to army, I said, no, this is going to be my profession. Let me do the best there. Let me put all my efforts there. Learn. Keep learning. Learning is something, till the time you die, you need to learn. You can't be stagnant. So you learn. Once this learning will be something which will give you a better perspective, understanding things. So with these all things, encompass and give you that confidence that even in adversity you can see good things into that. Even when you are down, it will make you stand up. Because you will know that yes, I am going down. The Josh on my is going down. So you will then sit down and realize why it is going down. What should I do now? How will I do it? And start doing the thing in an incremental manner and come back again. So it's a combination of a lot of factors. But again, I would give my all my this thing to the army, because the kind of experiences which you get in the army is pretty different than what you can see in a normal civil life, and the learnings which you get from there is pretty huge. I seen my own buddy dying in front of me. I seen my own person who is working under me just dying in stage 4 cancer, while his wife is standing there with a 6 months old baby. And those are very tough situations. How do you explain to them? What do you tell them? How do you tell them? There are 10 of my colleagues who died in avalanche. When yesterday I saw them, today they were not there at all. Just see their families. So one of the things which I always find is that in the Indian society there is no respect given to the soldiers. A soldier get leave at a very last moment. He can't get a reservation. But how many of us are accommodated to give him a seat next to us, sit in the seat for 2 hours and take rest? How many of us, even if when a person says that I am a soldier, I am posted in Leh Ladakh, and he comes to a government office, how is he treated? So there are so many things which goes through. So it does make you question whether the thing which we are doing, is it good or bad? I mean, should I be doing this? Should I be doing something else? But then at the end of the day, then you realize it's for the country, and somewhere or else it is compensated.
Great message. What is that one thing that you would like to tell society for the army? What change do you think we should bring in?
See, the country, if suppose our country needs to be a superpower or one of the great nations, we need to have self-discipline. Discipline is not the forte of the army. Everybody has to have a self-discipline. Until unless the country is disciplined, it is not going to move forward. So my only message is that self-discipline is something which you have to create on your own. Nobody is going to come and teach you. A self-disciplined country is the only, those country are the one which will become superpowers. If you want to become a superpower, you need to be self-disciplined. This is the only one point which everybody across needs to understand.
What's been the one role that you've played in theatre that you carry very personal to you and is your favorite?
That was my first play, Bali and Shambhu, in which I was playing the role of Shambhu. He is a 70-year-old guy who is in a old age home, and there is his partner Bali who comes because he feels threatened by his jovial nature, and he is very reserved kind of. I am a very reserved kind of person. So that was my first play, and that too as a lead character. And it is very emotionally, very close to me because there are certain monologues which I told, and I came to know my daughter was crying, hearing them. So that character is something very close to me.
You get to play multiple roles when you're in theatre, right? Has that helped you feel younger in your mind?
To tell the truth, till date I have got only roles which are much older than me. So I don't think that brings me anger. But then when you are part of the play and we are practicing with young minds, there is spontaneous humor which comes there. Because somebody has goofed it up, somebody has fumbled it, somebody has told it wrong. And then there's that instantaneous laughter which is not scripted. It happens, and I feel that is my biggest, I love going for theatre and practicing only for this one particular part. Okay. Because today laughter is something, genuine laughter is something which you are after, and that is there. And second thing is the young minds who are there, who are playing the various other characters, seeing them, playing along with them, that actually gives you that energy, along with that youngster, understanding their mind, their perspective, the new generation thought process. So that keeps your mind tickling,
Hmm.
and once your mind is tickling, you are always young.
Great. Okay. So you're also pursuing your doctorate, right? You're done with one and you're doing your second one. What is it about, and why two PhDs?
When I was in the army, I did my MBA through IGNO. Since I did MBA, I said, why not do PhD? So I did my PhD in knowledge management
Okay.
from Punjabi University. And then I am also a MTech from army, because I had done my BTech MTech from the army. So my MTech was again saying that why not do another PhD in mechanical engineering, which is my subject. So that is how the thing is. But however, jokes apart, I am always a knowledge seeker, and I always feel that you have to keep pursuing knowledge, because pursuing knowledge gives you lot many things. It gives you a good perspective. It gives you good understanding. You're utilizing your time in a much better way.
Is there anybody you want to thank in your life?
Lot many.
Can you do that?
There are lot many people behind this success. Known, unknown people. Known are my parents, my wife, my kids, my brother. I mean, these are the inner circle who have been backing up me in rough times. And there are unknown, unsung people who have been my colleagues, my juniors, my co-workers, who have been also instrumental in this success journey of mine. And I would like to thank you them also. So the success is not only mine. The success is because of lot many people. Thank you.
Thank you for being you. Thank you for taking your time out and coming. Thank you for choosing to explore life. So the biggest message you've given us through this conversation is to live life. Thank you so much for that, and it was lovely talking to you, Colonel Ramesh. Thanks. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Shilpa, and I would thank you and your team, because this is the first opportunity where I could express my views in a very and in a manner which will actually go and reach many people. And hearing this, if suppose it can influence somebody in a good way, I'll be more happy. And I wish you and your channel
Thank you.
do go and make a difference. And I wish many more episodes of yours. And I'll be looking forward for the next and other episodes as it comes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.